Let's do this one. All right, what are we gonna do? I'll pull this one in for a bit. Gotta do something. Hey! I'm kind of not trying to work on this specifically, but also I feel like I should. Also, if I give it like a few minutes, like I can get most of this guy in, things are good. Yeah. Things are good. It's another one of those, like, client has me booked. Do they need me? Do they not need me? What do I do? Do I bug them? I'm like, are you sure you don't need me? You know, no, you don't. Let them, they have their internal matters. I must, obediently wait at the sidelines for a decision. Because it's like, that's not my role. My role is to, you know, there are times it's like, what's the analogy? It's like a sports analogy, right? You're like, coach, let me in, coach. And the coach says no. You're like, okay. You know, and it's like, you don't just ask 5 minutes later, come on, coach, let me in, you know. I mean, you can if you want to, like, make that risk or whatever. In my case, I'm like, I'm happy enough not to get hit by a bunch of giant football demons. Job is hard enough. Let the coach do what they need to do. To me, it's silly, but oh, here, I gotta switch over. It's me. I'm here. All right, here we go. Yeah, no, I had time this morning to. I was like, I did chores. I straightened the house. I did a little buzz shave on my beard. Hopped in the shower. Everything's clean. Everything's nice. Still no word. I'm like, then I got no excuse. I got to stream. I got to make hay while the sun shines. That's how life goes. I'm going to do a quick and loose sort of application right here of this guy. I have a lot that I want to... Well, it won't surprise anybody that on a day where I thought I wouldn't be busy, I opened up some wine and sampled my remuneration for this commission. And if I'll make a dent now, you know, you make progress. This is me setting a good example. It's like if you have a commission, like, and you're like, here's a rough sketch, and they're like, cool, here's half the payment, or, you know, the whole payment, you know, it's just a bunch of wine. I'm like, okay, cool. Well, now I owe you some art, so I have to work on it, right? You can't just be like, oh, I got the payment, now I don't have to do anything. It's like, no, you have to do it. That said, I like doing this. But I'm of two minds about it. There are... no one can blame me. I think Aristotle himself said that it's like nothing rots the mind like paid work. Which makes no sense, kind of, but like if you think about it, it kind of does make sense. the mind at rest and at play is more productive in some ways. I think that's the lesson. But here I am. I'm toiling away at a commission. It's okay. So funny. I found a Zelda, kind of a new Zelda lo-fi playlist. It doesn't feel like it's entirely AI generated, so I'm hoping it's legit. But for the most part, today is fairly chill so far. I think it would be my goal for right now to get this art. For these characters at least. The dragon itself will be a work in progress throughout the whole thing. But if I get this guy more or less squared away, it'll feel like things are ready to go to the next stage. Now it's so funny because I'm running into the same thing again where it's like, despite all my efforts, like he looks all squished up. Like, how did I do that? Did I do that on purpose? Why can't he look that good? Maybe I'll have to draw him twice. I don't know. Come on. I don't like using the push tools for the most part. Anyway, make a little progress on this, and then I will switch over to something Zelda related. I have the reference for this guy, just off screen here. It's nothing crazy. You're loving the early streams? I stream when I have downtime. There's not like a crazy formula to it. It's like if there's a break in the schedule. And so this will go to 2 p.m. Frankly, like right now I'm booked. Like my client can just say, "Yo, show up right now," and I'll be gone. I'll be like, "Bye-bye." But they've been quiet all morning. I did all my chores. There's nothing else for me to do. except do this. And then at 2 p.m. I got to pick up my kid, one of them. And then my other kid stays later at school on Tuesdays. She gets like homework help and whatever. And it makes sense. It's like, cool. Instead of me helping her with her homework, how about I take advantage of like free teenagers who are like volunteering for community service to do the homework help, because she actually prefers it, because I don't know what I'm doing. She asked me for help with her homework, and I'm like, I don't know how to do this stuff. This is not math that I learned. It's like that Incredibles movie where they're like, math is math. This isn't math. It's like, this is not math to me. This is not math how I knew math. It's real. That's like not a joke. Math isn't math anymore. It's like real problem solving or something. They make it harder on purpose. They which is good. Like, I see what they're doing. But they're like showing you the relationship of like number to logic. That's what it is. That's what they're doing. And where it used to be just like memorize your times tables. Now memorize your division tables. And then it's like, and then you reach this gap. And it's like, you can answer all those questions, but then you get to algebra and you're like, I don't know logic. I don't know what this is. Yeah. So in order to like set you up for success later on down the road, they make math much harder than memorization early on. Flashcards won't help you with the early stuff these days. That's okay. It's not like it's the world's biggest deal. Like, they also know better than to be like, your child is failing math. They're like, no, we know we make it hard. We know the parents don't understand. It's like, no, it's not going to be like when you were a kid where if you didn't understand something, it was like, oh, that's a problem. It's like, no, it's normal to get confused. So it's okay. Here I am following my gut instincts, if you will, with some of this stuff. It'll go astray. That's okay. Damn, this is not the look for this guy. Yeah, we need more. There we are. Let me check the playlist. Okay. It's a new playlist. I just don't want it to run off the tracks. You hated math? I guess me too. I certainly hated fractions. It's not like I hated it. It's like I didn't understand it as intuitively as I did other things. Eventually things picked up. But then school as a whole, I became very disenchanted with as a teenager. So I describe myself now as not very academically minded. Meaning like school for the sake of school. Like, well, I'm going to school, I'm getting grades. It's like, this is fun. I like getting grades. I'm like, well, it's like, I don't know. For me, this was sort of like, I'm like, I would suss out my teachers and I'm like, you're an idiot, you know, or you're like a bozo. Some teachers were cool, and then many were not. Ultimately, I sort of just had this sort of like, this is wasting my time It's wasting my time because it's wasting everybody's time. It's like, let's say that I learn everything the teacher is trying to tell me. Where does that put me? In their shoes? Is that something I want? Do I want to be a teacher? Smart as this guy? Anyway. So believe it or not, I didn't do that well in art school either. It was not a... art school, like proper art school, and me did not go well together. But like one-on-one with like really talented teachers, like I did quite well. So it was really just a matter of like, a teacher sounds boring to me. I'm so bored in school that was the problem. Was I'm like, I'm sorry, I'm just so bored. I'm like so incredibly bored. And then I'd be like, well, I got this paper, I got this pencil. And so I would just draw comics all day during my, during school. Which was not what I was supposed to be doing, I guess, but... I know the difference between something that is useless to learn and something that is sort of applicable. You know, I certainly paid attention to driver's education. I was like, this I want to pay attention to. I want to learn how to drive a car so I can drive around. You know, it's like very little aside from that was something interesting to me. I knew from when I was 14 years old, so I was a freshman in high school, and I was like, I am 100% in on being an artist, and like I don't care about anything else that's going on, and if it isn't art related, I'm not gonna give a crap. And even if I'm in art class, like if I don't think I'm learning something worthwhile, I'm like not gonna pay attention to it. I'm gonna do my own thing. But believe it or not, like for the most part, my teachers sort of like, because I was so like art forward with stuff, I would like draw a picture of my teacher on like the chalkboard. You know, we had whiteboards back then, so it was like a with like dry erase marker. But I could like draw portraits, and everybody was just sort of like, oh, Max has talent, you know, good. We won't worry about him. It was just not one of those things where they're like, well, what are you going to do with your life? It was like, oh, okay, well, cool. That sounds good. You know, go to art college. But art college was sort of college too, you know? They're sort of like, okay, you got to like do all this boring stuff. And I'm just like, I can't do this either. Doesn't matter if it's art. Like, you guys are moving like snails. Like, I gotta go. You felt the same. School is not everyone's cup of tea, you know? And then, so I went to art college. I went to Vancouver Film School for animation. Let's see if that still exists. I guess it's still around. This would be it, I guess. Vancouver Film School for Animation. I chose it because it was a 12-month program. I was like, I can't do anything 4-year. I'm sorry. My parents were like, you have to do something, you have to do something, you have to do something. I'm like, okay, well, this one is 12 months. I'm like, I'll give this a shot. And comparatively, I mean, it was like, it wasn't free, but it wasn't like going to Cal Arts where you're paying like a modern day equivalent is like 60 grand a year or something like that. How much does Cal Arts cost? Let's see. Cal Arts tuition. 60 grand. So who even has? That's funny. That's funny. I mean, it's not funny. It's like per year. Like, that's incredible. So what is it? 60 times 4? I don't like this math. 60 times 4 is $240,000. To learn how to animate, you can learn that online. You can learn that before you're 18. It's just crazy. It's just this complicit, like, I knew then, and I knew it then, and no one wanted to listen to me, but I'm like, this stuff is a scam. Like, you don't need to go to school to learn art. I knew it then. I went to Vancouver Film School for like 4 months, of which I maybe attended 2 months. And I was like, I emailed my parents. I'm like, I'm dropping out. I'm coming home. And they're like, blah, 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 blah. And I'm like, I'm on the next flight home. I just moved out and just moved home. I was like, this is done. This is so done. I don't care how mad at me you are. I'm like, I'm not coming back. I'm never doing this again. Twilight, don't worry about it. Hang out, no worries. We're auditing a new playlist. $56,000 a year to be an artist. Like, you're lucky if you ever make $56,000 afterwards being an artist. Like, especially now in animation, it's like things go up and they go down. And it's like, depending on your timing, it could be the smartest thing you do, but will it surprise anybody that by dropping out of school and then just focusing on teaching myself, and this was close to let's see, in 2000, the year 2000, you know, something crazy, sounds science fiction. In the year 2000, I went to Vancouver Film School. By 2001, I was home, and was like, didn't look back, did not look back. And I was 18 then. You know, and part of it was like, I was young to be going to, you know, college in a different country, I guess, because that's in Canada. And, you know, I'm LA based. Maybe it was young, maybe it wasn't, but more or less, like, it ended up not mattering that I was an artist going to an art school. It was academic, they had curriculums, it was a school. It was a school, and it was therefore not interesting to me. I couldn't make it work. But within 3 years of that, I was a professional artist, making any and all money that I had was made via art. And I did it myself, regardless of whether or not I graduated. So it wasn't a matter of, you know, and that was a different time. That was when it was rare for an artist to work digitally. That was when it was rare for an artist to have an online presence. Like, I I set up my website in 2004. Just made my own website. Programmed it in Flash. Taught myself Flash so that I could, you know, have a Flash website, you know. And made my way. But, you know, that was the start. As far as I know, most of the people that I went to school with at Vancouver Film School didn't really pan out for them much either. Some did. Some are working artists. But is that because they graduated? I don't think so. I really don't. No. I don't know. And I know people that went to Cal Arts, but they weren't amazing artists because they went to Cal Arts. They were amazing artists that went to Cal Arts and then graduated and then came out, you know? Ultimately, it's like the art ability that you have, it's like you have to cultivate that. It's like you do your own lifting. No one can teach it. I mean, you can learn things, but mostly what you learn is like little snippets here and there, and then it's really about mileage, I think. Okay. This is in a good spot. We're going to leave this for now. Let me find something. Okay. Let me do this. What should we do? What should we do here? Because I've drawn these guys, and this is as far as I wanted to get with this today. We have leaved. We want to go to Cal Arts for connections. They probably could, I guess depending on the state of the industry, they could... I could probably venture to guess, correctly, hopefully, that the quality of, like, the internship you could get if you went to Cal Arts and you're like, okay, now I'm going to get an internship at like Cartoon Network or WB or Nickelodeon, right? If that's what you want, like that could happen. I know that happened with my buddy Penn, who did Adventure Time long ago. I think that's how we did it. But like right now is so crazy. Like, I'm like, the studios are basically shut down. I don't even know what is being made anymore. Oh, excuse me. Okay, here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna do a study of something. Because I want to make it like a content piece, but like, I don't know. I feel like I should try to do like a different Zelda. So what's the Totk Zelda? It's this one. Ugh, I just don't like how she's always crying. It sort of looks weird. Here we go. I don't love the aesthetic of like this game. It's so weird to me. Like so flat-faced. It's like emotionless. I'm not happy with people go nuts for it, but like why? No. Any opportunity to see Bash on TOTK? Who's Bash? to bash on it? Like critique on it? I don't want to like bash. But this is not a I just think this is a weird aesthetic. The cell shading is very like this is like as a emote. Oh, hold on, I gotta go back to this. This is so unemotive. It's like, oh, you know, I'm like, I guess it's like I can't really tell what is like real versus not. Like what is like. Now this is like concept art, but yeah, I'm like expressions and the cell shading. Like there's no, they never light the face. It's just so flat. That's rad. Like, this is rad. That's obviously not official art. Now I am burning up time. Here's Link with a beard. I had an idea of doing like a old man Link one day. I don't want to click on like weird links that will take us places we shouldn't go, but and like, I guess I don't understand the, I don't know what happens in the story, and like, that's cool. Somebody did something here. That's cool. Here's AI. That's not cool. This is neat. Like, look, the amount of expression is so varied in like the fan arts, but like the official game is just like, oh, I have no expression. It's just crappy. Maybe if I played the game, it would be different. Smash Brothers Melee opening. You might appreciate the Zelda Chic appearance in it. Do you have a link you can post so I can see what you're looking at? Put in the study Discord? Sure. Whenever you want to. It feels a little bitey, but bitey as in you know, if you bite on someone, it's like a ripoff. But I feel like I could do something with this. It'd be the end of the world. A little bit of like how to. This person has more or less made an accurate piece of Zelda art. So then it's sort of like, what do we do? What do we make? How do we make a take on this if we wanted to? Only because this person did a good job. Increase you art. Finish this outline above Zelda. More comfortable sculpting Zelda faces compared to Link. Hope you like it. Or render on my art station. I at least want to plug them. It's like very well done. In my yeah, here we'll give it up. Give it up for the OG artist. Yeah, look at this, you know. We'll scan through all of these. These are amazing. I mean, it's like, so like compared to like inputs that inspire like the original game art, like the in-game stuff. You posted something? I don't see it. Let me To me, there are inputs that inspire and inputs that do not, and this is an example of one that inspires versus like the in-game art just doesn't. It just doesn't do it for me. That's great, Link. Great, Zelda. Yeah, this is good stuff. We love to see it. Here, we'll compliment. Can I say something? It won't let me. Well, I'll send them a missive down the road. Kind of like that first one, or whatever it was from the I guess it was like this one. It's like this one. Games thread? Oh. I'm not saying it. Oh, the thread. Okay. Games. Here we go. I appreciate you being organized. That's cool. Okay, I'm going to assume you were talking about like this little section. Which yeah. That's cool. Here, let me bookmark that. That's actually cool. It's not too dissimilar from like the theme of like the Nightwalk sketch, right? Where it was like sort of looking up, and you've got the spirit of another. Put a link for the amazing other statuette. Let me see here. Ah, okay. Ah, yeah, I dig this. Right, right. Similar, but different. But yeah. Yeah, yeah. Well, you know, great minds think alike. I definitely dig this too. Thank you for posting it. And that's kind of like Zelda becomes that dragon, the light dragon. I did not know that. Okay, so I didn't know that Zelda becomes the light dragon. I don't mind spoilers like that. Lame. No, just kidding. Okay, that's cool. I guess that makes sense. Okay, I just don't like one note characters where it's just like, you have to, you know, I'm not, this happens in video games. You can really only have like, it's not only this way in video games, but like, I guess it's harder in video games to have conflict in characters. They just tend to be a little one note, and I guess I don't get a lot from the visual of like this Zelda design, except depicted here. Like I can see a little bit more. Something's coming out of this that I can use where it's not coming out of the video game character. All right, yeah, no, cease your distractions. Cease your distractions. I must be an artist at work now. Well, we'll see. I mean, so some things that are happening here that are super challenging is that this is sort of like a dead-on kind of look. Like for some, you might be like, oh, that has to be easier. But I'm like, no, anything that's symmetrical is going to be super tough, at least for me. So that could be challenging. But what is leaping out is a kind of vulnerable imploring that has sort of captivated me. And I think I could do something with it. And I don't know. Hopefully the original artist doesn't mind. All right, so let's bring in some musica. Switch it up a little bit. And who knows? Well, I could crash and burn on this. It doesn't matter. All right. All right, man. No worries. Okay, I'm going to have two references up. One that you guys can see, and this is what I'll see. It lives up here. And I can't do... I'll be the first to admit, I can't do a perfectly... symmetrical portrait. That'll I'll embarrass myself. That said, all I have to do is sort of bias her one way or another. So here she's already partially biased a little bit. I'll just accentuate that a little tiny bit. That should do the trick. We have about an hour to get a very competent sketch done. And then if then I got to get my kid, and then I'll come back here, and if it's still quiet, like with work and stuff, we'll finish it off. So we'll see. That's not the right... I need to find the proper... proper resolution, which I guess is like 4x5, but whatever this is. It goes at, it's just getting started, Sectra. The I found an interesting reference that I'm going to reference. However, I'm going to try to reference it in a way that doesn't feel like it's I'm sensitive to the idea of like, oh, you're stealing other people's ideas and stuff. Not that I think that this is like groundbreakingly different. It's just a good reference, and something that like is more interesting to me than a lot of like the in-game art that I'm seeing. Unfortunately, the in-game art for Tears of the Kingdom is uninspiring to me. I have to be honest about it. It absolutely is, and a lot of the official Zelda references for that Zelda, I've already done some studies of them, and they're also very bland. She's just sort of like, looks like this sort of like passive alien. This evokes an emotion from me, and I have that, so I'd like to see what I can do. You know, if I can bring a fresh take somehow. It's like I see what this artist has done. They've elevated the inputs of the original art from the video game were lacking, but they saw potential and they've elevated it. And inspired by that, I will attempt to push it further. And hopefully step on no toes, but we'll see. We'll see how this goes. All right, here it is. Let's find the right tools. That's probably it. Let's just see how we do. They just don't make a handful of illustrations for Zelda games like they used to, but there is a lot of stuff in the artwork books. I can't hunt down references. I can tell this is a faithful reproduction of Zelda, and this will be... It's fair game from my perspective, but hopefully the original artist agrees. You know, we'll change the lighting. We'll do things like that, you know. How do you pick what a head looks like, right? So I gotta get in there. So on any head, basically I start with an egg. It's not technically an egg because it's like an egg has a different top than it does have a bottom. An egg is like this. It's the world's shittiest egg. An egg is like this. Like this end is tapered and this end is whatever. It's different. This is like an ellipsoid or whatever, right? An ovoid. But I always subdivide it in the middle, and that's where the eyeballs go. Like that's that. Like right, like that. Will be very sketchy in this the initial stuff. Onto the egg. There's always this sort of the bottom half you cut in half, and then you can draw the hairline, and that gives you like your thirds. So 1/3, and then the eyebrow, and then another third, and then the chin, and it's never exactly perfect. You don't worry about that. For me, it's always sort of like the eyes are always sort of, not always, but for the most part, like most people, their eyes are in the middle of the head. I'm already drawing this shitty, but you know, what can I say? I shouldn't have had too much wine earlier. It's all right. Let's not get too instructive with it. Find some way to give her an interesting expression. Do you have any of that wine left? Yeah, I got a few bottles left. It's funny. It's definitely put a dent into it. All right, now I'm like breaking out of the egg shape. Have fun with it. Let my feelings flow on the page. That's what I want to do. That's what I want to do. Like when I look at this, this isn't what I want to do so much as like I want to use this reference as a reference. It's not about copying it. And here I can already see it's like, well, what was I thinking? I made the hairline for the bangs way too low. We'll honor some of that, but that was just a stupid mistake. But this is the damage that like having idle time with work will do. You just forget how to draw. Love this fun bob haircut that she has, though. That's cool. Doesn't have to start out perfect. We just correct all the mistakes we find. I think here we have a germ of an idea. I'm not trying to make more Gooner art, but this is a worthy subject. Oop. People make their own. The gooning is in the eye of the gooner. It's not like I took her design and then I removed clothes from her. I'm like, if anything, I'm trying to be faithful to what's put there. So this is a shitty sketch, but it's like the germ of the idea is here. It's fairly clear to me now. What's going on here? She has these giant onion earrings. So, okay, so, imagine Rick saying that. Yeah, exactly. The gooning is in the eye of the... I don't know if Rick would be as, imagine Rick being indignant. It's like, me gooning? Gooner art? Me? You know, whatever. Let he who has not gooned cast the first stone or something like that. I don't know what to say. You know, so we'll get some like you know, some angle going, and then let's get some big bright eyes. Oh, that reminds me. Yeah, I was like, I saw a very cool Marin piece earlier today, and I was like, oh, I should do a Marin piece, and then I got on stream and totally forgot about it. So that'll be sometime in the future. The gooning is in the eye of the gooner. Yeah. I'm gonna move this over. Okay, it's not a bad start. Not a bad start. Let's save. And kind of like we did with the other piece, it's like, let's just keep painting into it until we run out of gas, right? I don't make prodigious use of the eraser, but today I don't mind it. I don't do this enough, but we'll flop the canvas. Okay, yeah, it's not far. Not perfect, but not far at all. Right? The ears went like that. Some people do that. Like really flatten out the ear. Like they make them more expressive like that. For a long time I was resistant to like that, but like it helps it compositionally, and the yeah, the Marin piece will come. Marin is like, for me, like a, that's what I'm gonna build up to. Like I'll do a throwaway Zelda piece any day, but like Marin, I'm like, okay, hold on, we need to take that stuff seriously. I also like the Malin, the whatever, the farm maiden girl. Like, kind of hot. It's like for me, this is like super sketchy stuff. But we're just sort of like exploring and finding. Knowing that we can't just like do this, we're just sort of like getting into, well, what can we do then? And like, I don't want the world's, I don't like a super small nose on Zelda. Like, to me, elves have pointy noses. Not that they're elves, but they're, it's not about having a non-existent nose. I guess that's what kind of bugs me about the game art, is that like their noses are so Link's nose too, it's like they have flat faces, and it's like, okay, but like that's not how I see that shit. Maybe I'm going too far. Too fast, but they're a bit anime-esque, yeah. But not in the good way. In my opinion. This is slowly mutating, but let's see where it goes. Feels like her face is getting bigger. It's not the end of the world. It's just to be careful about some things. You know what? I want to go back to what I had before. Here, let's close this. Don't save. Go back to this. Yeah, something here was working better. Hold on. Let me just, instead of just erasing 1,000 times over, just find something that's working here a little bit better. I don't like the flat-nosed Lincoln Zeldas. We'll split the difference with the ear stuff. Sometimes that helps to find the right abstraction is to take your rough sketch and just put it back to like near zero opacity so you can barely see it. You're left with like an impression that is sort of incomplete. Your imagination has to work overtime. It really sparks it, you know? This is feeling good now. Because previously, like, whatever, like 2 minutes ago, 60 seconds ago, I was trying to, like, what if I move this line like 3 inches that way or whatever, like that? And it's like, that's not the way to make good art. Right? You guys can see the difference, right? This looks like something I can move forward with with confidence, you know? Now, her eyebrows look a little bit aggressive here, but we'll tweak all that down. I need to make sure we accommodate for the braid. And the braid has a lot of information where it's like, Okay, it's in and it's out, and it's in and it's out, and it's in and it's out, and it's in and it's out, it's in and it's out. And if you draw it that way, it's always going to suck. That's really, like, the first stroke has to be like, what's the overall relationship? And it's an arch, right? So it's like, woot, you know, get the arch right. It's pretty close. Something like that. And then the thickness starts out thick and tapers off. Starts out thick, tapers off the other way. Same thing with like this headpiece. There's all these details in it, but really it's just an arch as well. So we just, where's the arch? It's like that, right? Now her eyebrows. What can we do to... I might not solve it right now. I'll bring those eyebrows back. I kind of like them. I kind of like her looking a little pissed. That's kind of cool. See, that's different. You don't always see her... With every take on her that I've seen, like this Zelda, is she's sort of like... Oh, I'm just sort of like, okay, this is fucking boring. Like, what if she was actually fucking pissed? That'd be different. Pissed Zelda. Just something different, right? It's like, okay, that's interesting. Something you can have an opinion about, right? Like when you do like the sort of like... This is... Let me... The... Where's the thing? I'm like, where's the fucking Zelda art? Okay, the Tears of the Kingdom Zelda, like, okay, look at her, and then like, I've never played this game, but the fucking Splatoon is like off the charts. In terms of like it's almost like the same, like they're it's not like one is, you would think like anyway, you could see where the expressiveness went. It's not here, it's like over here. I don't even play this game. They don't have an excuse, in my opinion. They're like, oh well, there's, you know, they could have done it. That's not right. Still can't see your pointer when you say here. Yeah, I know. Yeah, what can I do? I don't know. They'll eventually sort out the tech that I need to make this stuff more obvious. Tears of the Kingdom. And, oh, there's a loser. Bye-bye, loser. Tears of the Kingdom, Breath of the Wild really pulled back on character storytelling, kept it real basic. It was a little disappointing. I hear mixed messages, but I'm inclined to think that I wouldn't be as impressed as some have been. The word stream boo can be banned. Oh, interesting. Might help keep some of the recent bots. Interesting. I'll look into that. Hold on. Screenshot that. The copy and pasted an enemy to explain why the great Deku Tree fell ill. If that's not disrespect to the original Ocarina of Time Deku Tree. Yeah. Copied and pasted. Jeez. Was looking good a second ago. Alright. What's happening here? Is that all too high? It has very high highs, but a lot of mediocre things. Okay. It's a tricky one because I really do have to feel my way through it. For better or for worse. We have time. We'll figure this out soon. Hey, Danny. Yeah. Looks, it's on its way. It needs to tell me what it wants to be. Let's jumble things up a little bit. Okay. I don't want to boldly launch forward with something that I don't feel strong about. Kind of a study. This is a I liked this reference because it gave me more interest in terms of like inputs. the game art for Tears of the Kingdom is actually really sort of flat and uninspiring to me. And it's like there are very subtle things that will trigger me to sort of seeing the finish, and I'm not quite there yet. I'm not far from it. It's just it does sort of. I hate that this might be the solution, but I think I need to back up a bit. Because it's like sometimes you get too close to something, it just here's sort of my goal. I want to turn my like least favorite Zelda into my most favorite Zelda. You know, let's figure out a way to do this. Each Zelda has their own thing, yes. And I'm all about like an involved Zelda. Like I don't need Zelda to be like asleep like Snow White the entire time. That's not what I'm saying. Explore some things. We can get sketchy with it. I'm just looking for the germ, like the kernel, that will inform everything. You know, and if she has to look sad, we can make her look sad, you know? You know, make her look sad. She can cry, you know, if we have to. But I'm not as particularly into that idea. The Zelda, it's not the same as the show. The Zelda from the show is like, honestly, like the I think that the show is like a prequel to the first Zelda game. Because the game is after Zelda. It's like, in the game, Zelda, like, if the story of the show continued and Ganon won, then you would have the first game. That's what would follow logically, in my opinion. Sort of like an interesting sort of prequel. What's at stake in the show is like what ends up being the history of the first game. Oh, the first game. We need to up the stakes a little bit. Yeah, like a director trying to get their actor to cry. Well, I'm trying to... It's about motivation, right? Yeah. You know, and it's like, maybe this moment isn't when she's crying, it's before then. She doesn't have to be crying all the time, you know? I'm gonna give her the brush does wonders. It can do a lot. Turn a dream into reality. So this is progressing. I have the. It's tricky because it's like, is this Zelda? I don't know yet, but we'll. But it looks like a pretty face, and she has elf ears, right? But like, Zelda gets to be everybody's subject of interpretation. I do like a droopy, sort of seductive eye. Are the ears too big? Possibly. I mean, they're too big for the reference, but not in my not in my head canon. So you can call stuff like that out. I don't mind it, but it's but I'll tell you that if I feel like making the ears big, they're gonna be big. Whether or not I did that on other pieces or not. Because I'm not necessarily like, oh, I love what they did with Zelda and the new design. It's like, I don't, you know? It's like, I have to, like, part of me doing this is like, how do I reconcile this with... Like, I like the short hair. Like, it's not like a stylistic thing in terms of, like, how they styled her. It's, like, the rendering of the character in the game engine sort of stripped away. There's nothing to be controversial with, or very understimulating for me. Okay, we got 10 minutes before I gotta hop in the car and pick up my kid. And then I'll hop back on. I'll do more streaming. I guess as far as I can tell, my clients are just absolutely out to lunch. Or something. There's like... I don't have anything from them to... Yeah, no, it's a good thing for us. We get to have a cool bonus stream. Blah, blah, blah. So when I come back, it's kind of going to be about, like, restoring a little bit of more of her natural look. Because it's like, here I kind of gave her, like, some heavy makeup. Not heavy, but... Like, she's a... I'll give them credit. Like, they gave her a pretty natural look here, and it does look good. Like, she's pretty, and she doesn't look, like, overworked. And I'd like to bring some of that back. Her outfit is cute. I won't take credit. They've got the Nintendo designers furiously scribbling away to create cute looks. I mean, they kind of have her like made up like a Native American princess. I'm not really sure how that goes with the story. Totally cute. I mean, I guess sort of like it's part of the story, right? But good look. I'm a fan, but you know, here she is not reading as like Hyrule royalty, whereas like previously, I guess she did. Choker. Right? Okay, so let's zoom in a little bit. Now you guys can sort of see. And it's like that sort of strategy can be smart. Like sometimes you get zoomed in, you see too much. You need to like I drew this like zoomed out. You know? All of a sudden we're like way closer. Like here I can go from here to a finish, I think, in like, you know, probably 1 to 2 hours. And it's going to be like that. I'm going to leave in a second to go get my kid. But this feels like something I can come back with to with some confidence. Right? I think it could be. So one thing, I'll come back and like we can audit a couple things because it's like, should we do the sad version with tears? You know? All of a sudden I might like it, you know? Do sad? I don't know. I might like it too much. I probably can't catch you in a bit. Have fun then. I'll eventually upload the VOD. The sad with the tears, not bad. Looks kind of good here. Could we do a little of both? You know? Do tour versions? Sad and mad. She doesn't know whether to be sad and mad. Sad or mad at Link, you know? Get a little detail on this headdress and then I'll split. Yeah. I even like it like it is. It's not bad. Does my program cost money? Yes, it does. But in probably 3 months, they'll probably announce bankruptcy, and then it'll all be free because it's just like vaporware at that point. They haven't updated a new program in 3 years, so sort of like kidding, but not kidding. All right, cool. This. Just for the sake of completion. Hey, I've done worse sketches than that. That's not that bad. The other, yeah, I go like this. Something like that. All right. And if all goes well, I'll hop back on in like 20 minutes. All right, we'll see. All right, adios.